everyone. Welcome to the last video of the semester, the last one you'll ever have. I have to be a little bit quiet in this one because I'm at work. Okay. Anyway, so what we're learning about today is more stuff about our final exam, right? And we went over the instructions last time. You're going to get really bad thesis statements, 10 of them. You're going to fix them, and then you're going to make claims for those thesis statements. You can do it. You have to memorize the fallacies. I suggest memorizing them. It'll take a long time if you don't. And what makes a good and bad thesis statement. Also read your final exam prep sheet and the assignment sheet for the final exam very closely. You can find this assignment sheet in week 16, so it's already posted, and with all the questions for the final. They're actually up on the screen right now. So I'm going to give you an Easter egg here for those of you who know what that term means. It's like a hidden nugget of fun somewhere, usually in video games. So the Easter egg I'm giving you today is going to be answers to 2 of the final exam questions. I'm just going to give you the answers because I'm awesome. So the first one is concerning capital punishment. This is actually a question in your final exam, the first question, right? So capital punishment is the topic. And as you know, you make a good thesis statement by picking a topic, asking some questions about them and picking one of those questions, and then turning that question from a question to an answer. You state it as if it was an answer, and that's a thesis statement. So this is a poor working thesis statement for this is real, for a real student, turn this in, it's a poor working thesis statement. From a student. So capital punishment is a cruel and unusual punishment which goes against our Constitution. This is the original statement. So what's wrong with this based on what you know? You can probably pick up on a few things. I'm just going to tell you. So what's wrong with this is that it's saying capital punishment is cruel and unusual and it goes against our Constitution. It's assuming, basically it assumes it's cruel and unusual because our Constitution says we're not allowed to have cruel and unusual things. It's assuming it's cruel and unusual, so that's how they come up with the second half here. Goes against our Constitution because it's cruel and unusual. So it's a belief. They snuck in a premise here. Remember we learned about premises? They snuck it in here, and it's just a belief. Some people think capital punishment does not go against our Constitution. Some people think it does. That's why it's a debate. So the first part is really debatable, right? But the second part, it goes against our Constitution. That's an assumption. That's an assumption. That's a belief. So let's take that out of there. Now we have a more workable thesis statement. Capital punishment is a cruel and unusual punishment. Okay, so now they can do some research on that. They can figure out whether or not they're right or wrong based on looking at laws and looking at legal doctrine and seeing maybe what prior courts have ruled, whether what is considered cruel and unusual. Their very first original thesis statement, even before the one you just looked at, was this. So this was easy, should be illegal. It's a should statement. You can't have should statements in thesis statements at the undergraduate level. So I took that out and then I took this off. Now it's a workable thesis. Now they can go into legal precedent and argue that capital punishment is classified as cruel and unusual. So now let's come up with some claims. One of their claims might be that it's incredibly painful, right? So in the definition of cruel and unusual, prior courts have ruled that it cannot be incredibly painful. And so some people are arguing that it is incredibly painful. So that could be one of their claims. And then they could go into like some scientific data about that. And then another one of their claims could focus on what the founders intended. So when they said cruel and unusual, what did they mean by that? They could focus on the founding fathers' original intent, see if there's any doctrine around that. So another claim might be the founding fathers intended for capital punishment to be considered cruel and unusual, right? So those are 2 potential claims for this thesis statement. So now let's look at another one. So the topic is DVD versus VHS. Are DVD movies better than VHS? Here's the poor working thesis statement. All DVD movies are better than VHS for a variety of reasons, but mainly everyone has a DVD player. Okay, so this is a couple things going on with it. First of all, it's bandwagon. Just because everyone else has it doesn't mean that it's better. It just means that more people have it. Maybe it's easier to trade movies and that sort of thing, or rent movies because everyone has a DVD player, but doesn't mean it's better. So because everyone has it is bandwagon. Oh, my lights went off. So let's get rid of that, the bandwagon thing. But DVD movies are better than VHS. As you know, we can't have a belief in here, and this says better. Better is a belief. So we got to take that out as well. And then all DVD movies. Remember I said that the world is not black and white, it's made up in shades of gray. Not all DVD movies are better. First of all, what does better even mean? Does it mean like a better movie? Like, some people would say like the Shawshank Redemption is way better than like Dude, Where's My Car? So that's a movie actually. So the all is too black and white. It needs to be shades of gray. So we could say um, some or many DVD movies are blank. We got to fix that. Then VHS for a variety of reasons. All right. So how can we fix this? So we could say many DVD movies allow for better quality than VHS for a variety of reasons. So now we're kind of drilling down to what they mean by better. It's an opinion just to say better, but not really tell what that means. So now we're saying better quality. So one of the claims might be for this particular thesis statement that the picture is clearer, and so we enjoy the movie more. So they would have to find data that not only shows the picture is clear, but that people react more positively when they view a clear picture if their claim was the picture is clear, so we enjoy the data or we enjoy the movie more. Another one of their claims might be for better is that the DVD movies last longer, right? They're harder to break, their tapes don't get all tangled up and that sort of thing. So they might say they last longer. Now, if they were just say DVD movies last longer than VHS, that's just a statement of fact. Yes, that's true. So that's not really a solid claim. So how could we make it more argumentative? We could say that DVD movies last longer, retaining the picture and the sound, which allows for more enjoyable viewing. So again, I tacked on that more enjoyable viewing at the end of both of them to make it argumentative. Otherwise, it's just a statement of fact. It's like, yeah, they last longer, no big deal. So this is pretty high level stuff. Think about everything we just did. The first one, the capital punishment one, was a should statement, and it was a belief. So we had to fix that. The second one needed a qualifier. It was an all or nothing statement. It also was an opinion. It was better. And then it also was a bandwagon appeal. So it had 3 things wrong with it. The first one had 2 things wrong with it. And we just went over potential claims for both of them. The second one was trickier because the potential claims needed to be argumentative and not just statements of fact. So that's a lot to think about, and hopefully you studied for this final exam and you see how all of the things I'm saying right now were in the study guide. They're all things that you have to think about when creating your own. So those are the Easter eggs for the people who watch this video. Remember not to collaborate with each other for this final exam. Collaboration does equal a fail in this class if you collaborate with another person. I've had a lot of fun this semester teaching you guys. It's been really, really cool to see your writing evolve, and oh my goodness, it has gotten so good. Like, some of your writing is just like out of this world. So thank you for allowing me to be your professor this semester. I will truly miss this class, and I hope to hear about you guys in the future and what you're doing, and I hope you use this research to actually further your career and present at a poster session. So Celeste, over and out.